Howdy and good afternoon. Today on Public Eye News, a new variant of the COVID-19 virus has been identified in Marquette County, and a historic dangerous tornado outbreak is underway in the south. Later, Megan Tarcia will have your weather, and I'll be back with your sports. Hi, I'm Nate Jacobs, and this is Public Eye News. As a result of genetic testing, a new variant of the COVID-19 virus has been detected in Marquette County, according to WNMU TV. The Marquette County Health Department has confirmed the B117 strain Tuesday afternoon. In comparison to the standard SARS-CoV-2, this variant is 50% more transmissible, according to the MCHD. This is the first confirmed case of the variant in the Upper Peninsula after the first case in Michigan was identified downstate earlier in January. The MCHD is stressing the importance of working together to stop the spread and to focus on the usual virus protective measures to include washing hands, social distancing, and mask use. Marquette County has started to open the registration for the vaccine for all individuals over the age of 16. For more information, visit mqthealth.org. Bear down, Northern Michigan, it's bear season. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources, along with WLUC TV, is warning hikers, walkers, and residents alike of the, quote, bear necessities, end quote. The black bears in the Upper Peninsula are awake and they're hungry, so it's important to be aware of your surroundings to avoid conflict. Some tips from the DNR to reduce any unbearable issues include removing potential food sources from your yard, keeping pet food secure, cleaning your grills, and keeping garbage odor at a minimum. A statement from the DNR said, quote, it's safer for both bears and people to leave wildlife at a distance, end quote. For more wildlife safety and animal conflict tips, visit michigan.gov/wildlife. And buckle up, drivers. An autopiloted Tesla car recently crashed into a Michigan State Police car on Interstate 96 in Easton County. The 22-year-old Lansing man was cited with failure to move over and driving with a suspended license. Neither the driver nor the state trooper were injured in the collision. The trooper is currently responding and investigating an unrelated collision between a car and a deer when the Tesla struck the patrol car, activating the emergency lights. According to Tesla, their full self-driving cars are merely assistance systems, and drivers are supposed to be ready to take the wheel at any time. After this break, Megan Tarcia will have your weather. Stay tuned.
You're all very welcome to this evening's very special celebration of Ireland's road to freedom, as told through the songs of her people.
By the rising of the moon, with your flags upon your shoulder, by the rising of the moon, God grant you glory, brave Father Murphy, and Nathan Hall.
Tonight at 9 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Megan Tarcia here with your weather. As you can see behind me is a very bleak-looking NMU campus as we look into today's conditions. It is overcast skies with a temperature of 40 degrees. Our winds is north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and our barometric pressure is 30.04 inches and falling. Looking into tonight's conditions, it'll be partly cloudy with a low of 30 degrees, and our winds will be north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looking into tomorrow's conditions, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 33 degrees, and our winds will be north-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Looking across the UP, starting over in Sault Ste. Marie, it's 38, Manistee at 40, Escanaba also at 40, down in Menominee it is 40 again, Iron Mountain is 48, Ironwood 40 again, up in Houghton it is 41 and sunny, and here in Marquette it is 40 as well. Looking ahead at our weekly conditions, starting with Friday, it'll be a high of 49 degrees and a low of 31 with sunny skies. Saturday will be a high of 54, which is very warm, with a low of 36 and sunny skies again. And Sunday will be a high of 55 and a low of 41 with partly cloudy skies. Now going back to Nate Jacobs with our national and international news.
Thanks, Megan. Yesterday night, a Wisconsin man shot and killed two co-workers in Milwaukee before crashing his car and killing himself in a police chase. According to Teamsters Local Union 200 Secretary-Treasurer Thomas Bennett, the attacks took place at Roundy's Distribution Center in Oconomowoc, and all men were in their 40s. There's currently little information that has been released on the attack, and it is still under investigation. And a dangerous and what meteorologists are calling historic tornado outbreak is currently underway in the deep south through the afternoon and into tonight. That includes potential for long-track, intense tornadoes as well as damaging winds and large hail. NOAA's Storm Prediction Center has issued its highest threat level forecast for severe weather from parts of lower Mississippi into Alabama. High-risk severe weather forecasts are rare, and the last one to be issued was in May 2019. As of now, 3 large tornadoes have been reported. And the European Union's executive body proposed Wednesday issuing certificates that would allow EU residents to travel freely across the 27-nation bloc by the summer as long as they've been vaccinated, tested negative for COVID-19, or recovered from the disease. The travel industry in southern European countries with tourism-dependent economies like Greece and Spain have pushed for the quick introduction of a program that would help eliminate quarantines and testing requirements for tourists. The Palestinian Authority said Wednesday it will receive just over 60,000 coronavirus vaccine doses over the next 48 hours, the first shipment provided by a World Health Organization partnership aimed at helping poor countries. That's only enough doses to vaccinate 31,000 people out of a population of nearly 5 million Palestinians. Israel, which has faced criticism for not sharing supplies with the Palestinians, has already vaccinated 5 million people. And the Biden administration is struggling to deal with the migrant surge at the border with Mexico and rushing to house some 13,000 unaccompanied minors. Federal officials say the U.S. is on pace to stop more migrants along the border than any other point in the last 20 years. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill, where the Secretary of Homeland Security is testifying virtually before a House panel.
As the Biden administration tries to address a surge of migrants at the southern border, including some 13,000 unaccompanied children, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is facing questions from lawmakers.
Wouldn't it be fair to call it a crisis? Because that's what your agents are calling it.
I'm not spending any time on the language that we use.
Mayorkas testified that most adults and families are turned away under a pandemic-related health rule, but not children arriving alone.
We are working around the clock to manage it, and it will take time, but we will not waver in our commitment to succeed.
The secretary also said the government is increasing shelter capacity so it can move the children from overcrowded Border Patrol facilities. President Biden is trying to clarify messaging.
I can say quite clearly, don't come, and what we're in the process of getting set up.
Republican lawmakers blame the Biden administration's policies and accuse them of escalating the crisis.
A group of GOP senators sent a letter to the Government Accountability Office charging the administration unlawfully froze border wall funding.
The Biden administration has created chaos where there was order, and the only way we'll ever be able to sit down with our Democratic colleagues is for us to regain control of the border.
In Dallas, the convention center opens its doors today to as many as 3,000 teenage boys. The Dallas facility could remain open for 3 months or longer. As CBS News has learned, unaccompanied minors are being held in Border Patrol facilities an average of 120 hours, far longer than the law allows. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
As more civilians receive their COVID-19 vaccine, a problem is arising on what to do with the excess vaccines. CBS's Alicia Roberts is in Philadelphia.
You're literally talking about making a decision not to protect people.
In an email received late Friday, Mazzoni Center Medical Director Dr. Nancy Brisbane says the Philadelphia Department of Health, following CDC guidelines, is now requiring all providers to throw away extra doses of the COVID vaccine received in a vial, 10 for Moderna, which they've been using, 6 for Pfizer, and 5 for Johnson & Johnson.
It's been very common that you're able to pull 11, sometimes 12 on a rare, very rare day, 13 doses.
The email forwarded to CBS 3 reads, per the CDC, the practice of pulling extra doses should be discontinued effective immediately.
Yesterday, we did have to very regretfully say goodbye to about 5 or 6 doses.
According to a statement from a spokesperson for the Philadelphia Department of Health, they say, quote, the policy has changed because it is not always possible to get extra doses of vaccine from vials.
Ultimately, that leads to shortages of syringes or other problems. And so whereas it may seem to help for that one patient, in the long run, it does hurt you.
And we've been doing this for weeks now. The scheduling has not been a problem. We have not run into not having enough vaccine.
Now, the Philadelphia Health Department going on to say in their statement to CBS 3 that scarcity of doses is not the issue, but rather scarcity of places to administer the doses is the problem right now. Dr. Brisbane asking the CDC and the Philadelphia Department of Health to reconsider their policy. Reporting outside the Pennsylvania Convention Center, Alicia Roberts, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Distribution of the coronavirus vaccine is growing, but scam artists are seeing a growing opportunity. Nichelle Medina reports.
When the COVID vaccine came out, Janice Gash gave her contact info to the Florida Health Department, hoping to get an appointment for the shot. Later, she received a call, but something didn't seem right when the caller asked her to spell her name.
I said, you should have my name, you're getting in touch with me for the vaccine.
Gash was suspicious and hung up for good reason. Officials have put out numerous scam warnings. Criminals often call or email seniors offering fake vaccine appointments for money.
When someone calls you on the phone, just automatically be very suspicious and don't give out any information.
The vaccine is free. You can't pay for it or for a place on a waiting list. But an investigation from Digital Citizens Alliance spotted social media ads offering to sell shots. It appears the scammers just take the money and never deliver. Last month, the Department of Justice charged 3 men in Baltimore for setting up a fake website saying you may be able to buy a COVID-19 vaccine ahead of time, offering them at $30 apiece. Even those who have received the shot legitimately need to look out for another possible scam. The Better Business Bureau says people posting their vaccination cards online are putting themselves at risk.
The problem is those vaccine cards have a lot of private information on it. It has your birth date on it. It can sometimes have your home address on it, clearly the full spelling of your name. Well, that's a scammer's paradise.
Experts say it's safer to just share a picture of the vaccination sticker instead. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Diego.
You can touch that dial, but you better be turning up the volume. We'll be right back with your sports.
History is not what happened, it's who tells the story. These women had to see something that told them that it was possible.
My grandma would say, we're not feminists, we're the law.
Sunday night at 7 on WNMU TV.
Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson is in hot hands after a masseuse has filed a civil lawsuit against him. The massage therapist is filing the lawsuit claiming that Watson conducted inappropriate conduct in her home in March of 2020. Texans owner Tony Busby filed the lawsuit last night, and it was on the Harris County District Clerk's website by this morning. In response to the suit, Watson said it's just a, quote, baseless six-figure settlement demand, end quote, and is looking forward to clearing his name. The lawsuit describes Watson making a statement the plaintiff considered to be a threat after she asked him to leave her home. The NFL team was unaware of the situation until Watson's social media post Tuesday night. And the Chicago Bears found some help at quarterback, but it doesn't mean it's doing them any good. Tuesday afternoon, the Bears signed former Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Andrew Dalton to a one-year, $10 million deal, but the Super Bowl odds actually dropped. Expected to make a splash in the QB position this offseason, after their pursuit of Russell Wilson fell through, the Bears took on Dalton, and their odds for the big game dropped back to 50-1. In 9 starts last season, Dalton owned a record of 4-5 with 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and just over 2,000 yards. These numbers are almost identical to the Bears quarterback last season, Mitchell Trubisky, who had just 2 more touchdowns than Dalton. The Bears declined to pick up Trubisky's 5th-year option and are heading into the 2021 season with Dalton and Nick Foles at quarterback. And NBA star LeBron James is close to securing a deal, but unfortunately that's all the time we've got for today. From all us at the station, take care and have a great day.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.